OK Senior, time qualifying 1 is done. Second place out on that one, Austin Gale, and again, another superb time coming in there. A brilliant result for yourself. I can see you got a smile on your face as well, so you're looking like you're enjoying the weekend. How was qualifying?
It was pretty good. Yeah, quite disappointed with second, to be honest with you, because we've been really quick all weekend, but I'll take it, and we'll get... Oh, okay.
Do you know just the answer.
Okay.
How was qualifying?
It was good, but I really wanted first, but obviously we got second. I'll take that. Quite hard at the start because of all the shenanigans. I got stuck in a big pile up, but apart from that, qualifying was good, and yeah.
Qualifying 2 is going to be in the dark, and you've got a bit of a, well, different strategy with that one. But the weekend itself, how are you finding it? Because obviously a different concept to, I'm sure, what you're probably used to. The same manufacturer for everyone. So you're all on the same equipment. Does that bring a different playing field for yourself?
Oh, yes. It's. I think it's really fair because not everyone's got this testing. So really brings out the true drivers and what they can do with 5 sessions of practice. But yeah, I think this was a great event, and I'm really looking forward to driving in the dark. Yeah.
Should be fun as well. Make sure you got your clear visor on and ready to go racing. But good stuff, and congratulations.
Thank you.
It's qualifying heat 3 for OKN Senior before the finals coming up in a few moments' time after this one. Let's take you through the starting lineup. Finn McLaughlin, who's looking for 3 out of 3 qualifying wins. Can he do it? From Austin Gale starting alongside Adam Alazari and Pip Casabene on row number 2. Zachary Hurd and George Nassar on row 3 alongside with Jack Webster and Peter Stiller on row 4. Romeo Nassar and Emmanuel Leodikis from August Rayburn, Alessandro Tedesca, Christopher El Fagali from Austin Lee, Hamza Al Fayez and Mohamed Menemni on row 8, Suleiman Zamfari and Jabba Al Sabah on row 9, Gabe Balanka and Omar Ganoum on row 10. Cooper Lyle and Bernardo Minaldi on row 11 from Brontak Stefan and Elizaveta Kozlova on row 12. Maximus Tedesco and Eli Yulton on row 13, with Marco Drittenpress and Alessandro Biggi on row 14. Arina Canina and Isaac Demelweek on row 15. Mario Vignolotti and Rafael Jesus on row number 16. Sevilla Sanfari and Leif Benama on row 17. Aisha Sbi and Sal Zeppler hopefully has a good race in this one. Sal unfortunately has had 2 retirements, so he's hoping for a good result in this one. Luckily again for him, there is no retirements from the weekend or anything like that. There's no eliminations or anything. He will go through into tomorrow, he will get another day, and he will get a final later on. So there is that plus side of the format of the Champions of the Future Academy programme. Brilliant to see. Well, as the dust starts to settle there, you can see the marbles that have accumulated on the outside of the circuit. So that bowl section there through turn number 9, if you run wide, you certainly will not want to be on that dirty stuff. You will find yourself slipping all over the place. In terms of the intermediate classifications as well, very, very close. Finn McLaughlin leading the way, of course, after the 2 race wins. But Austin Gale and Zachary Hurd are both joint on 82. So they are fighting for who starts 3rd and who starts on the front row of the grid in P2. That's the question between those 2. Who will it be? August Raber as well, 4th as well from Peter Stiller, Sulman Zamfari from George Nassar, and Jack Webster round out the top 8 in the intermediate classification, and of course the top few rows as well. Here we go then, out of the final corner, and it looks like we're going ready to go racing for the final time today in the qualifying heats. Here we go then, OK Senior qualifying heat 3 is underway, and again McLaughlin with a brilliant start, and again it's another lightning start for Adam Alazari, back to, or fighting for the lead, but he didn't get it going. There's cuts all over the place, none of them are actually on the actual race circuit, and it's pandemonium in the background, 4 cuts off. You've got the 226, you've got the 230, you've got the 234, and there is another cut there that is stopped. I can't quite see the number. It is the 220 as well that has all gone off the track. So they will be right to the back of the field. Yellow flags out, but thankfully they are all okay. But they are all a little bit yeah, at the back of the grid there, so that is not good at all. Yeah, several drivers involved in that one. So yeah, there you see 226 there. That is Elizaveta Kozlova out there, the 220. That's Leith Manumana, who is out there as well. There is several retirements out there, yeah. There's 230 as well. That's Sal Zerpler as well. So that's 3 for 3 for Sal Zerpler as well. An absolute disaster. Carts come through the field here. Yellow flag's obviously out in that sector. Driver's still going absolutely for it. Eyes are at the front though. McLaughlin still leading though. Adam Al-Azhari there in second place. It looked like he was going for the lead in the opening stages of that race. But unfortunately didn't manage to get it done. There you can see the heat haze coming off the circuit and the carts there, the heat that's coming off it. But there you also see a very deflated Sal Zerpa, who unfortunately for him it's not been the day he wanted. He'll have to try a lot harder tomorrow in the second round of racing, and there you can see more retirements that are happening. And I think, was that Christopher El Fagali that we saw there, who's not come through? No, it wasn't him at all. It was Eliza Kozlova. Alessandro Biggie was one of them as well. Nathan Nana and Sal Zerpi, and they were the 4 drivers involved in that one. So big shame there. Eyes here though, as under pressure here. Austin Gale is piling on the pressure to Finn McLaughlin. The battle for third is on, and McLaughlin holding on to it for the time being. He's still there in P2. He's trying to close in on Adam Al-Azhari, but in the latter stages of the weekend, it's not happening. And to the inside there goes Austin Gale, and he gets up now into P2, immediately goes defensive, and now McLaughlin will try and get it back down the inside, and he just hasn't got the waft there to get that job done. So he stays there in P2, and it just releases Adam Al-Azhari at the front here. He is looking very strong in this second half of the weekend. He finished second earlier on. That was his best result. Now he leads, and this is absolutely superb. And again, for the drivers there watching alongside, it's not superb at all. They're just watching this race happening in front of their eyes, and there's absolutely nothing they can do about it. But Peter Casabene as well up into P4. He's held that position nicely. He's had a very good start to his race on this one. Zachary Hurd also up to P5 as well, gaining a position. Jordan Lassar, who's down into P6, has not had the best getaway, as clouting the curb there, and here down the inside goes Finn McLaughlin, and he gets that move done as well, and immediately leaves the door open. Toby Gale not back to the inside. He cannot quite do it, and now everyone has closed back in. Pip Casabene, Zachary Hurd, Jordan Lassar right there in the background, and Jack Webster. You can just see the 219 trying to close in as much as he can. Again, looking to the inside, there goes Jordan Lassar, and it all kicks off here as they go wheel to wheel, and Toby Gale is being absolutely swamped here from the pack behind, but it's an absolutely superb overtake there from Pip Casabene, but he leaves the door open, and back down the inside goes Toby Gale, and this is an absolutely superb race that we're seeing right now, side by side, wheel to wheel, and again Jack Webster goes to the inside. There's contact between the two of them, and the 240 Jordan Lassar goes through, and that was Suleiman Zanbari taking full advantage of that situation, and that is a scary moment through one of the fastest sections of the circuit. It's not the fastest section, that would be out of turn 9, but into turn 1, certainly a very tetchy moment, and for Jack Webster, he was very lucky there not to lose full control of the kart. Well, while that's happening, Adam Al-Azhari has just broken away now from the rest of the field. 1.3 seconds is the gap between himself and Finn McLaughlin. McLaughlin this time around not able to get it away. There is the driver from Saudi Arabia, Laith down there. Unfortunately, he's not been able to get away. A big shame for Laith. He was starting quite further down in the field, so Laith unfortunately the 220 did not have the weekend he would have wanted. We go on to lap number 6 now, 5 completed, and still it is Adam Al-Azhari who leads the way now. The gap is just increasing as well. He's gained another 2/10 there, and Finn McLaughlin, I think, is just saving these tyres now for the start. I mean, he's not too concerned about being there in second place. He's good, he's comfortable. He's got 144 intermediate classification points. He doesn't need to fight for the lead. He can really control this race now and just save these tyres as, oh dear, smoke kicking up and a kart off the track. That's the 215, and that's Maximus Chudasco, unfortunately, out of this race. He had a retirement earlier on. Now, was that dust from the AstroTurf, or was that... oh no, that looks to me like that's an engine seizure. The rear axle was not moving there at all. Well, that's a big... if he's going to be out in the final later on. That's going to be a huge job to try and get that one sorted out, but well, that's an absolute disaster. That's 2 retirements now for Maximus Chudasco. retirement in the first race as well. Not what he'll have wanted, and with an engine seizure this time around, that's not what you want to see at all. Christopher El Fagali, though, fastest lap of the race, 55.022. There's a change there to the inside through turn 7. He's making good moves there. He's up into P6 now, and that might have been him going for the move there on Pit Casabene, just in the background there. Still Austin Gale, sorry, I should say, in P3. Going through, and there you can see there the retiring Maximus Jalasco back into the marshal post there at marshal post 2. He is out of this race. The race leader, Malazari on screen, just driving away from the rest of the field. Oh, and another spin. That's Suleiman Zamfari, and the 242, who was doing so well this weekend, gaining so many positions, is out of this race. He started 17th. He got all the way up into P7. He gained 10, but he's going to lose them all and more now with the retirement in this race. That is a huge shame. And another car going slow there. That's the 212, or is that a driver just getting out of the way? No, that's going slowly. Who's that? That's Gabe Belanca. Gabe Belanca going slowly, the Australian driver. He had a retirement in his second one, and it looks to me like he's possibly going to have a retirement this time around as well. That is a dramatic moment there for the Australian, who was one of the favourites going into this weekend as well. Very popular driver around the world. But here, though, Adam Alazari looking strong here in the second half of the day, dominating. The gap's come down a little bit, down to 7/10 of a second. McLaughlin is closing in. That gap is doable here for McLaughlin, and we saw this in qualifying heat 2 as well. Alazari, who was leading the way, and a big sketchy moment there through 6 and 7. He will have lost momentum there through the chicane. A big tank slapper, and look how quickly McLaughlin's able to close in. So a rare mistake there for Adam Alazari, and now the pressure once more is building, and this just given a green light to Finn McLaughlin to go for the attack. But McLaughlin just stays there behind. No lunges just yet. He went for the move earlier on in the race weekend through turn 12. That's where he got the move done in qualifying heat 2 for the senior category. Is he thinking about doing it there again? He doesn't want to give away all the secrets, and as well as Adam Alazari, he doesn't want to give away his defensive secrets as well. He just positions that car in just a way that it's not fully defensive, but it's hard to overtake. So Adam Alazari doing a superb job of just defending that spot. This is where he made a mistake earlier on. No mistake this time around. Gabe Belanca seeing a warning flag, so he was going slow earlier on. Maybe that was after an incident out on circuit. Let me see why that warning flag comes out. Again, Alazari checking over the shoulder. Gap's less than 0.3 of a second now, and McLaughlin has got the fastest lap of the race under his belt. So he's got that going for him. This is third place, Austin Gale and Zachary Hurd. Zachary Hurd, who has had a consistent third place finishes throughout all of them. I suspect looking for another one, because he is in competition here with Austin Gale, is Zachary Hurd, to determine who's going to start third and who's going to start second. Austin Gale at the moment in this position of P3 would start second place, but crucially would have the outside row. In the meantime, there has been a change for the lead. Finn McLaughlin has got through Adam Alazari, so despite Adam's best efforts of trying to hold off the Irishman, he's managed to get that job done. Here is what happened, and where is that? That looks to me like that's turn 12 again, so a favourite there for Finn McLaughlin through turn 12. So he's done it again. So turn 12 seems to be a keeper for people to overtake on. Out of turn 11, just to send it down the inside. Of course, it's a smart place to do it, because the next section is tough to get an overtake in. You would really have to wait until you come into turn 16 and 17 to complete a move. We have seen overtakes there. But right now, eyes are now going to be fixated on this battle here on your screens. Austin Gale and Zachary Hurd. Like we were saying, 123 points for Austin Gale, 120 for Zachary Hurd. And their gaps in the leader there, 3.2 seconds, now 3.4. They are losing time to Finn McLaughlin. Meanwhile, Christopher El Fagali is just sitting there in the background in P5. This is a fantastic drive for Christopher El Fagali. Superb as he's making his way through the field. keep an eye on Zachary Hurd here. I suspect we're going to see a move. There was wide there from Austin Gale. Leaves himself open for an attack here. No chance through turn 12 this time around. Are we going to see a move in towards turn 16? We've seen it a couple of times. No, thinks against it, stays in that position, stays in P3. We go on to the final lap of racing now. This is where we see the overtakes. This is where we see the lunges for the last section. Finally, for Finn McLaughlin, he has had a superb weekend. He's looking for 3 for 3, and he is leading now by over a second from Adam Alazari. There they are on your screen. But this battle here is still heating up. The battle for third. Austin Gale and Zachary Hurd. If I was Zachary Hurd personally, I would stay there in P4. You're third in the intermediate classifications, which means you'd start third for the final. It's an improvement of starting in fifth, but it's still, you've got the inside row. You've got the inside row going in towards turn number 1. So it benefits to be there and not on the outside. But again, the front row is still very pleasing. But for this man here, it's pole position, it's the inside row, and it's the front row for Finn McLaughlin for the final later on today. And he takes the win from Adam Alazari. Another superb drive for Adam Alazari, finishing in P2 from Austin Gale. Zachary Hurd finishes in P4, and he secures a third place finish, on a third place start for the final later on today. Adam Alazari, despite his retirement in the first one, with those 2 solid results, he pushes himself 4th in the intermediate classifications. He starts in the 2nd row for the final later on. Brilliant drive for Adam Alazari. Peter Stiller would be 5th in the intermediate classifications for George Nassar and August Raber, and Jack Webster would start 8th place for the final late on today. The results in this one though, Finn McLaughlin on your screen, a superb start to his weekend, takes the win and his 3rd win in the qualifying heats. Adam Alazari finishing 2nd from Austin Gale. Zachary Hurd from Christopher El Fagali, his best result. 8 positions gained for Christopher, finishing in P5. Jack Webster from George Nassar. Peter Stiller from Austin Lee. Emanuele Leodikis from Hamza Al Fayez. August Raber and Cooper Lyle finishing in 13th place, gaining 8 positions as well. Alessandro Tedesca unfortunately dropping 2 places and finishing in P14. Marco Drittenpress, 12 positions gained as he rounds out the top 15 out on circuit. Then we go to the 2nd page, and 16th place, Romeo Nassar. Omar Ganoum finishing in 17th place from Rafael Jesus, who had another superbly race there. 14 positions gained. He finished in P18 from Bernardo Bonaldi, finishing in 19th place